Yeah, say your Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court. Yeah, the Supreme Court. Exactly. Yeah, the Supreme Court is ruling cities may enforce laws against homeless encampments. Now, I was like, yo, that is in San Francisco. It started in California, which is the Bay Area as well. So I thought that was dope. I feel like, not dope. Sorry. Let me take that back. I said, I choosing my words very more carefully. They're inching toward the criminalizing of the same people that they made homeless and mentally ill in the first place. So I thought it was interesting. So I'm just looking at a string of progressing things that are happening. Like they got the towers coming up in LA. They got these houses they're trying to do. But now, like, if they make it illegal to be homeless, it's like, remember the first thing I said last time? I said it's starting to feel a little like encampment-ish, like a little slavey, like you know where they're trying to go with it. Like I'm just looking at little steps here. Like we got the little encampments. I mean the towers we're building, and we got this place for you. And guess what? Now being homeless is illegal. We raised the prices on everything, and then actually lowered the prices that you make at your job. Now you can't do anything. Now you're homeless, and now we made it illegal to be homeless. Like, but now we got somewhere for you to be, like over here with your group of people. Like I'm just noticing, because I said it like I want to say like maybe 10, 15 episodes. I'm noticing, but I'm just watching little pieces here and there, Like I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the signs will be.
What was your thought? What was your thoughts of that?
I mean, it makes sense that like y'all are just trying to tackle this problem. From what I read, California's got a third of the country's largest homeless population, and that makes sense because y'all have the nicest weather. So if you're going to be homeless somewhere, weather conditions matter and help. So all that kind of logic aside, man, like. I agree with you, man. This is a slow trot along that has been happening for a long time. I'll just say something mad simple that hopefully could just kind of like put some of the jigsaw pieces together. When you go to get an ID, you need to have an ID as a resident, right? You don't have to have a license, but an ID, right? I swear on those IDs, it has your name and address. If you don't have an address, can you get an ID?
Yeah.
So if you don't have money for a P.O. box.
Everybody got money for a P.O. box. Everybody got money for a P.O. box.
What if you're homeless?
Homeless don't got money for a P.O. box.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I've heard it's hard to get some P.O. boxes in certain cities because they're packed. They don't got many left. You got to be on the waiting list.
Maybe.
So
you're probably right. I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying, like, because I looked into try to get one a long time ago, and they're like, "Oh no, you should go to this city." I'm saying, "Yeah, we're on a waiting list." I was like, "Oh,
wow,
oh, okay." Back where you used to kind of work, when I used to see you at work, that area. They was like, "Oh no, I'm going to go to this other one. We got a 4-month wait." I'm like, "What?" Yeah. So, but then again, whatever. My point being, like, that's just for me. That was always one thing where I was just like, well, to have. If you got stopped by a cop in a park, they're going to ask for your ID. You can't have an ID if you don't have a house or an address. Like, I was always just kind of putting those pieces together. Like, y'all really ain't mess with these homeless people. There's no other alternative for these people because I would think you'd want to give them some kind of ID so we at least know who they are.
Well, to be honest with you, though, I have been in situations, obviously, with the police. If you don't have your ID on you, they can still identify you with your name. You don't really need an ID.
I mean, especially if you're in the system. But if you're not in the system, and you're just kind of like, you moved here from Nebraska, and you're like, yo, weather's here better. I'm gonna be homeless here. All right, but it's interesting. It's just that for me. I'm just saying that was one of the small loopholes I always just noticed. I was just like, they really don't be fucking with these homeless people because.
But to be honest with you, though, like that's not really a loophole though because they give homeless people and stuff free IDs and then vouchers for them to go to the DMV and get free IDs and shit like that. And they actually tell them that they can use the county for their address, so they can.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, unfortunately, like that's the low. That's actually a thing they can do.
Okay,
they have options. Like I was saying, like that's what's kind of messed up about the whole situation. Remember, I told you I came from a situation where like I had to go through a lot of things, like So it's like when having my attitude sometimes towards certain people, I'd be like, yo, you guys just didn't try sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's really just that. Like, because everything you're saying, like they would have said that too, like to the police. Like, oh, I know I'm homeless. Like, and the police officer been like, oh, that's crazy. Well, use your name. But like somebody who's been through the situation, I know that. Like, no, you can go get one. Where you go get your food stamps, like where you getting the free food at, go that next door right there and pick up that one little piece of paper and take your ass to the DMV. They give you a bus ticket. Free. You can go to the DMV, like stand in that line. You know what I mean? Use their address. Like, I mean, you have the option. You just gotta just move. Like, I mean, that's it. It's crazy. Like, people choose not to do things. Like,
oh yes,
it's just what it is.
For sure. People definitely don't want to take some of shots on it.
And then they want to hit the woe is me. Like, they just made this happen to me like this. It's just they're doing it to me. I'm like, who is they? Like,
there's always a they, man.
Oh, and everybody's conspiracy theorist. That
everybody. There's always a they.
Hey, you know what though? I do it too though. I'm guilty of it. I think we're all guilty of it. Like sometimes I just be like, they plotting on me. Like they.
Oh, yeah.
They hating on me. I'm like, you okay? So you're telling me you?
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about earlier with the car.
Yeah. Oh no, they. Oh no, they's out there now. Over there. There's a they over there. Oh,
no, I'm talking about the Tesla being in front all the time.
Oh
that's a they. That's a they moment. That's why I was like, I don't subscribe to that kind of thing. Try not to.
Totally don't. Crazy too, because I really love that Cybertruck too. Now I can't do it. It's crazy. I am be recording in my car while I'm just driving. I don't care. What if I'm picking my nose or something?
They got it on film, HD.
That's crazy. 4K, 6K. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yup. Like if you hit the horn and it can tell it's pretty like violent, cameras automatically kick in for the front, back, inside. Like
there's all kinds of stuff. For an accident type is.
Oh, okay. All that kind of shit, man. That's why I'm like, can I check a box to say I want this or not? Does it have to be standard?
Right. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because the biggest issue I had, right, and maybe I'm just paranoid, but my issue is those cars, the new ones that do the electric start and stop, whatever the hell that is. Like, you know, when you go to the light.
Yeah, the alternator.
And the thing just cuts off real quick and then it cuts back on with. And I always kept thinking about, right? I don't know if you've been on YouTube, my algorithm is different. I don't know if you've seen on your algorithm. But they always have this like young nudie song or something. It's like da 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 da, like it's crazy. And it's like, what up? Like, and it's always like a shootout, right? But it's always somebody caught lacking in his car, right? Or some weird, or like, you know what I mean, just lacking somewhere, right? And I always thought like, yo, what if you at the red light, right? And somebody just runs down on you and like you got that thing, you're like, and then you can try to get away. Like, no, you already dead. Like, that's crazy. Hey, I don't want that on my car. Like, right. I don't want no electric car in case somebody doesn't like me enough to try to stop my life. Like, that's just They got too much opportunity to get the drop. I thought that was too crazy. Nah. That's why I was like, nah, that's crazy. They do that all. I could wonder what that was because I don't have an electric car. So I was like, so I had to look that itch up. I was like, they just starting and stopping? Like, that's too much time. You know what I mean? That I'm gonna need, like in a crucial situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm not with that. Speaking of,
but that's to make the alternator last longer. That's why they do that. They're trying to like.
It's replace mine. Nah, I'll just replace mine.
Yeah, but yeah,
alternators are cheap too.
They're cheap, so they don't have many of them left. Well, last cheap is when you have a car after a while, but yeah. But I know, I agree. I don't know. It's always weird when I pull up to a light and some dude pulls up and his car turns off. I'm like,
yeah, I didn't know what it was. I kept hearing a noise for this. I'm like, that sounded like his car is off. I was like, I don't know why his car would do that. I just didn't know. I didn't notice. I kept hearing it, and I was like, wait a minute, because a different car doing it. I'm like, well, I don't Google this. Why?
It's a new feature. Yeah.
It was like, well, we saving gas and we saving this, and I'm like, well, I need something that's gonna save my life. Turn that shit off.
Yeah, that should be something you should be able to toggle on and off as well. Too.
Yeah, hell yeah, that should definitely be a feature.